Really, as we've just seen over the last few minutes, just another sort of blow up. We think it's going to calm down a little bit, and then all of a sudden we see another finger of flames pop up into a different canyon. So the erratic nature of this fire, it really, when you think about where it started, it's almost come into a full circle. We watched it last night, hopscotch from house to house near Sunland, Tahunga, in the Shadow Hills area, over on Wentworth, Rancho Caballo, Sunland Boulevard. And toward the end of the night, we saw every home in that neighborhood with a fire truck parked in front of it where this fire was burning, because they just didn't know where the fire was going to end up because of these burning embers that are floating much further downrange. So even right now, as I'm looking down at Sunland Tahunga and the Angeles Golf Course as it crosses the 210 freeway, I'm seeing an increase in traffic, but part of it is because there are more fire trucks and strike teams being directed into this location. It wouldn't surprise me to see them at least closing a lane or two on the 210 freeway. So really, just when you think you're out of the woods, these winds pop up, and it's still a very dangerous situation. Sorry, you just saw the skid of Sky 5 while we were leaving the canyon here, because in the last 10 minutes or so, the wind picked up, and we started to get hit with a little more turbulence. It's getting dark out here. But again, incredibly, firemen are rushing into this very dangerous inferno to try and stop the progress of this fire. That's the latest over Sunland Tahunga. I'm Larry Welk in Sky 5. Back to you. Hey, Patrick, I am going to stay down here toward the 210 now. It just got too bumpy in there, so I'm 5,500 feet down over the 210 at Sunland Boulevard. So what's the verdict? An hour and a half, or do you want me to get some fuel and come back? Understood. I'll do it. Colton, you holding up okay? That was rough in there. Okay. What is that? Okay, so we are looking at the eastern edge of the fire, which is the Riverwood community would be the next area of homes on this side that would be affected by it. And then, of course, there's the top of the Tahunga area. I think it's called Vista del Oro. It would be the next point of contact. But it seems like they did a dozer line on this side to try and keep it isolated here. Go ahead. Okay, copy that. So the area that we're looking at right now is at the far eastern side of the fire and as far north as it goes, which is roughly 5 miles north of the 210 freeway. And if you took a straight line from Sunland Boulevard, that is where you're looking at right now. And then we've been as far over as Lopez Canyon. There was another blow up in Lopez Canyon, also deep into the canyon. So smoke now billowing up to about 6,000 feet. The turbulence in the canyon, incredible. We were not able to maintain any control at the lower levels, so we were able to use our escape and pull out. But up at the very top of this canyon, you see fire trucks that have been making their way up these freshly cut fire roads. They've got these dozer teams that come in, and I believe what they're trying to do on this side is try and contain it to this dozer line. And if they can get some cooperation with the wind and they can get some retardant in here, they'll be able to paint these hillsides and contain it from slopping over into the Big Tahunga Canyon. Going into Big Tahunga Canyon would be an entirely different firefight altogether. There'd be an upslope element to it. Right now, Angeles Forest Highway is closed down, but Angeles Crest Highway is still open. So at this point, we're flying right over the top of Cagle Canyon on our way to Lopez Canyon, and looks like the wind has died down just a little bit, but still that constant glow of those fires and the firemen. We're looking at hundreds of fire trucks coming from all over trying to pull and get ready for what might be another firefight here in the Sylmar area. Do we need an adjustment, a filter adjustment, or is that just what I'm seeing on my monitor? Looks really dark. I think it's because of the smoke, right? Copy. Hey, Patrick, can you switch to company? Hey, is that you way up in the canyon there? Okay. Who's your photo? Okay. Why don't you guys, there's a great angle down here, and it's over the city. You see where I am? Yeah, I'm at the Lopez. I'm at the Lopez landfill, um, but I was just up where you were, and it was not great. Thank you. I'm switching back. I gotta go. Copy. 30 seconds. We're gonna make a move to the right, okay? Because there's great flames over there. Well, I can tell you that we've covered these Southern California brush fires since they broke out, and we were listening earlier to the press conference when the officials, including the mayor, said that tonight could be the worst night. And when we put that in perspective of the area that we're working right now, we're right over the Lopez Canyon landfill right now, looking back to the east across this fire line. And it appeared earlier that the fire was almost out. They had lots of resources up here. They were releasing some of the ground resources to go and help out in other areas. And then just like that, the wind kicked up and a huge firestorm erupted here. And so we'll pull out to a little bit of a wider shot, and we'll show you what the perspective is in case you live in some of these communities like Sunland Tahunga, like Silmar, and you can see just how close these flames, left side fire, right side Sunland Tahunga. So we're going to stay on top of it and monitor throughout the evening. That's the latest overhead. I'm Larry Welkin, Sky 5 HD. Back to you. Was somebody calling that TV5? So what was the plan? I do it. What time is it? Was that my 5:30 hit, or do I have another hit at 5:30? Okay. Copy. Copy. Yes, sir. Real close to the 210 and the 118, just a little bit north of that. Okay. I'll be looking for you. Air attack over the creek fire for TV5. What is right here on top of this hill? That's right. Really just a tremendous explosion of fire throughout the afternoon. We lifted off